We are live in Best Chicago Wholesale Deals live Facebook group. We are live in Best Chicago. Make sure my audio is working. Today we'll be going over how we're using AI to analyze deals in seconds and how you can do that too for free. Um how quickly you can just plug in an address, get ARV, get rehab costs, and just come up with different all the different offers. So we're gonna go over that today and how we're doing that and how you can do that as well. And we have a free gift if you want it, just reach out to us and we'll send it to you on at the end, okay? So my goal is to help you hopefully close deals in return. Hopefully we partner on deals in the future. We do a free live training every week, Monday at 12. And we do these trainings just to brand ourselves, get our name out there. People send us I literally got like I don't know, like 10 deals from 10 new people that just saw my Facebook live or my YouTube, and they just started sending me deals. I got like 10 new deals today to look at to make offers on. So this is a way we promote, do marketing. People send us deals, get to know who we are. Um, so if you're not part of the Facebook group, you can go to Best Chicago Wholesale Deals Live. Join the Facebook group. We're live every Monday at 12. And we put all the replays now on YouTube, youtube.com/ at my name, Russell J. Walker. And we have a free updated real estate wholesaling course for 2026 if you're interested in that. Simply just reach out to us and we'll send you the link that you can join. And I think there's over maybe 50 training videos that you can get started, start wholesaling properties for free. You don't have to pay for anything at all. It's absolutely free. If you're in Chicago market looking for deals, you can join our email buyers list here, bestchicagoWholesaleDeal.com/buyers. If you are if you have a deal and need a buyer for it, or you own a property, you can send us the deal, all the information to my email, Russell at bestchicagoWholesaleDeal.com, and we'll try to get back to you within 24 hours with the numbers, the offers that we can make on the property. Okay. So today we're going to be going over well, first we also have one-on-one mentorship, kingdomracademy.info/homepage. If you're looking for one-on-one hand holding on not just wholesaling but creative strategies on how to cash flow properties. So this month we only closed like one transactional deal, which was a wholesale deal, and we closed two cash flowing like Airbnb deals where one's gonna make probably 1,000 a month, the other one's probably gonna make like 700 a month. So every deal that comes across the table, it's either, hey, this might work for a wholesale, this might work for creative strategy where we can cash flow the deal. So every deal is different. It just depends on the seller, the situation. So we and that's what we're gonna go over today is all the different strategies that we use and how we're using AI to analyze deals in seconds and how you can do it too for free. ChatGPT is a free service. Anyone can use it. And you can train ChatGPT to analyze deals however you want. So what's awesome or what's really cool about ChatGPT and using our six offer system is that you can come up with offers in seconds, right? So what I'm going to do is go into ChatGPT and go into our offer formula that we have. We find it. Here it is. So we have this offer formula calculation. We have a cash offer, a wholesale offer, like a creative rent to own offer, rent to own assignment, a novation offer. So basically every lead that comes in, we have six different opportunities or six different offers that are possible. So that leads us to being able to have a better conversion rate. So maybe if you're only wholesaling properties, your conversion rate might be like 50 offers to one deal or 30 offers to one deal. But if you learn creative strategies like, rent to own or subject to or owner financing or novations, um, that can go down like, 20 to 1, 10 to 1, even lower, depending on how good you get at sales and negotiating, right? So we have this formula here that we plug into ChatGPT, and I can give this to you guys for free. So basically, it goes over the formula, how we come up with the cash offer, the wholesale offer, the rent-to-own offers, how we come up with the rehab costs, how we come up with after rehab value. So how does we teach ChatGPT how to come up with it. So we teach them, hey, this is how you determine after rehab value sold in the last 3 to 6 months in the same city, within one half a mile. So we give it like what an appraiser would do, right? So we give it the strategy, right? If it's on a busy street, take 20% off of ARV. If property does not have a basement, all comps have basements, take 20% off. If property doesn't have a garage, but all comps have garage, please add 20,000 to the rehab costs. So this we're training it. Basically we just plug this in and we basically tell it exactly how we like the comp properties. And you can edit this to however you want. Like for example, rehab costs, everyone's different. Every area is going to be different. So this might be different for you. So you can change that. You can also add things to this. This is like the master template that you give ChatGPT and it remembers it. So every time you analyze a property, it's going to go based upon your formula and how you want it to get ARV and rehab for you. But and there's a letter of intent with we ask it to plug in the cash offer, the wholesale offer, the sandwich rent to own, or this could be subject to or owner financing, the rent to own assignment, which is it's very similar, just there's no equity, there's no cash flow in that, the novation or option listing offer. So we plug this all into ChatGPT and we just give it to it. So what I would do if I was you, I would log in ChatGPT, have an account, and then save this, right? So I'm just gonna give this formula. See, here is my offer formula when analyzing uh, real estate properties, right? So I give it the calculations, the formula. I give it the how to get rehab costs, how to get ARV. I give it the letter of intent to come up with all the offers, and I ask it to save this, uh, save save this for all future uh real estate deals that we analyze. So boom, I just saved that. So I already have this saved in here, so it's just repeating itself. But for you, if you get ChatGPT, sign in and you want this template, just reach out to us. We'll send you this template that you can use for rehab ARV. And it's getting pretty accurate, to be honest with you, especially like when you start training it, like we're training it to get the after rehab value. So it's probably going to be around 85 accuracy with getting the correct ARV. So which always leads to the correct offer. If you get the correct ARV after rehab value, you're going to get always the correct offer. So right here, so it's telling you I got it. I saved it for all future deals. So let's go just into a live deal. Like I just got like a bunch of emails with a bunch of people sending me deals. So let's just go into my email and see. So this new person sent me this deal to look at. So I'm just gonna look at a live deal we're actually analyzing. So I can plug this into this address into so here's the deal, 34 Signal Hill, Belleville, Illinois, 4 bed, 2.5 bath. I don't know if there's pictures here. Let me see. Yep. This was listed like 6 years ago. So we have pictures probably in similar shape as it is only 6 years ago. So it's, dated, cosmetic rehab. It looks like in pretty good shape. It just needs an updating. There's obviously no central heating, so it looks like radiators. So it says conditions partially renovated, overall needs. So I'm gonna say this is a cosmetic rehab. So we're gonna just plug the address in. I'm gonna ask it to get the after rehab value, and then I'm gonna tell it it needs rehab is cosmetic. Remember, I gave it the formulas on price per square foot, and then I'm gonna ask it to complete the letter of intent. So let's see what it comes up with. So it's gonna come up with air. So it got ARV at 155. It got rehab costs at 22. So what's the square footage on this thing? Let's go. Well, it's 3720. So is that correct? No, it's square footage is 1428. I think the rehab cost is the square footage. I didn't get the right square foot. So it's also good, maybe feed it. It's also a good idea to feed it the square footage as well. I don't believe this is 3720. Let me see. Here's the front of the property. Yeah, I'm sure they added the basement square footage. So I always go by like the public records. Like if you're using, I usually use Redfin a lot, so square footage of public records 1428. So let me give it the square footage to get a more accurate offer here. Yeah, this cosmetic square feet is 1428. A complete letter of intent, and it's also good to, if you have it, you should have the bedrooms and bathrooms. It's a bed, 4 beds. Because when it's comping the properties and trying to get ARV, you try to tell it to get similar beds and baths as well, and similar square footage, right? You see the ARV change. So the more you give it, the more accurate it's going to be, right? So I always give it square footage, beds, baths, condition, and right here it's got so it had an ARV at 155, now it's 170. So it went up because of square footage. Rehab costs $20 a square foot, so 28,000, which sounds pretty accurate. And here, look at that letter of intent. So I got our offer, our wholesale offer, our rent to own offer, our rent to own assignment offer, novation offer. So it has all the offers here, right? And I would also want to just double check it, right? Like I said, it's about 85% accuracy. So it's not gonna be 100% yet. But the more you train ChatGPT, the better it gets, right? So we're gonna go into Redfin and see if we can find the comps here sold in the last 6 months. This is a single family home. And we're gonna say it's like 15, so about 15%, 10 to 15% close to the square footage, so I'm probably around 1800. So there's only one comp here. So I have to zoom out since I only see one comp. So now we see one, two, three, four, about 3 good comps here. So I'm guessing what it did is it averaged out. I have it, when I train ChatGPT, I tell it, get the 4 highest sold comps that are similar. So I'm assuming that it went and averaged these out here. 255 plus 205 plus, and then it drops down to 144. And then only 120. So I got ARV. So maybe it added this 120, 129. Well, that's not the highest one. The highest one is 130. I'm not sure why I got the one. So I got ARV. So I guess if you average all these out, it probably gonna come around 170. So it's a little off, I would say, because this one at 255 is a good comp. 205 is a 4.2. This is about the same size. Then we got a 144. It's lot less bedrooms and bathrooms. And then the 130 right here, 3, 1.5. It's about the same square foot. If we add these together, 255 plus 205 plus 144 plus 130. We got about 183 ARV. So it was 13 grand off, so not too far off, right? So ARV, they got 170. So if you're having trouble, getting ARV, getting the right offers, I would say, if it stops you from actually making an offer with a homeowner, I would say just use it, right? But it's pretty easy. You just go to Redfin, go to last 6 months. You want to double check these numbers. But eventually this is going to be, I think, is eventually going to get to the point where it's like 100% accurate eventually. So I'm going to change this offer. I'm going to hit ARV. 183. Rehab. I got the rehab right. Rehab 28,000. Complete letter of intent. So this is going to be a bit higher offer that I can offer the owner. And we're going to send that offer to one of our partners. Here's the offer. And then we also want to always double check. I always check everything active on the market that is similar. So I check everything that's single family. I do take square footage off because if there's like a bigger house selling cheaper, I want to see that. So I do zoom out, try to get like a mile within maybe a mile, mile and a half out. And you can see, I can see all the properties. So this property's in Belleville, right? Belleville, Illinois. So there's a property in East St. Louis, so a different city. So I'm not going to use that one. The cheapest deals out here, that's East St. Louis, Belleville. So the cheapest deal in Belleville within a mile and a half, almost 2 mile radius, 89 grand. And it needs work, right? So you see that it needs a lot of work, 89 grand. The next cheapest one is 94. That's East St. Louis. The next cheapest one in Belleville is 127 right here. It's only a 2-bed one, then the 135. So the reason I'm checking these is because I want to make sure that I'm the cheapest deal available. So right here, if I'm my offer is 99 and I try to go and sell this for 109, am I the best deal in the market in Belleville? I would say so because this is only a 2-1, 982. And then the next one in Belleville is 127, which is almost similar square footage. So yeah, so the 99 definitely, if I try to wholesale it for 109, it would definitely make sense, right? And when we're making offers, so we don't, if a property needs some work, like a cosmetic rehab, I don't make the offer to like rent to own or partner on Airbnb because it needs to be in like great condition, no work is needed at all. But here's the offers that we're sending for this one. Not sure what was their asking price. She didn't mention the asking price. So we're just gonna send these offers out. So like I said, if you're having trouble coming up with ARV on your own and that's stopping you from actually making offers to homeowners, just use the ARV that ChatGPT gives you, right? It's better than not making an offer at all, right? So you can simply just go in here and say, hey, get ARV for me. Here's the square footage, beds, baths. Rehab is, a total gut rehab or let's see another one. I literally got like 10 deals to make offers on. So let me just work another one here. So right here, 5001 North Carolina. So this one's in North Carolina. So here's a property in North Carolina. It sold for 12 grand 10 years ago. That was pictures from like 10 years ago. So we don't know the condition it's in now. If I see it's a 2-bed, 1 bath, it needs exterior repairs, no garage, no basement. Okay. So let's compare ChatGPT to the ARV. So I'm just gonna plug this in. This is a 2-bed, 1 bath, 800 square feet. Get after rehab value. Rehab, what did he mention? The repairs on this thing needs, so it doesn't really say it's cosmetic or not. I'll have to get more. So I'm gonna say if this is in the same shape, it's a gut rehab. Rehab is a gut rehab. Complete LOI. So it's gonna come up with the offers for me, get ARV for me. So he's got an ARV at 130, rehab at 24, which seems a little low. That's a very small house. So he came up with a cash offer at 50, wholesale offer 63. So let's see what we get. Let's see if this is accurate, right? So I'm gonna go into Redfin, go to map nearby homes for sale, go to sold in the last 6 months, single family houses. It's about 800 square feet, so we're looking at probably 1,000 square feet and under. So we have no comps when we're half mile out. One comp, 370. Oh, let's look at this one, 370. This has to be a mistake because I'm pretty sure it's sold for 37 because that's like a mobile home. Here we got 160, 100. So what do they get? What do they get ARV at? 130. So we got comp at 160. This is fully rehab, great condition, no work is needed. The next comp is at 100, properties at 2-1. So there's very few comps here, right? So 160, 100, and then 51. 160 plus 100 plus 50. So I trained it to go like if I can't find any good comps, like we're looking for like this, yeah, good shape. So this one at 51 is a total gut rehab, I'm sure, yeah. So we need to get a third, definitely need to get a third comp. So what I trained ChatGPT is if you don't find any comps, you can go a year back. And then if you still don't find comps, like let's see, 160, 136, 120. So yeah, so you see all these comps now. So we got 160, 136, 120. So yeah, if you average these out, it's gonna come around to 130. Because look at 136, 120, 119. So I would say that ARV at 130 is accurate, right? So if that ARV is accurate, rehab costs are accurate. We got a gut rehab. I would say this definitely, these offers should be accurate. Then again, we're gonna go back and look at everything that was active on the market. For sale available, I can buy it right now because if you're an investor in the area, all investors are going to do is they're going to look in the same area and say, "Hey, can I buy something cheaper at a better price with the same type of property, right?" So the cheapest 2-1 gut rehab is 249, and the next cheapest one is 55. So 49 and 55, we got to beat these, right? Yeah, so my offer changes, right? So our offer changes based upon the comps, right? So if mine is a if my property is a gut rehab and the cheapest gut rehab is 49 and 55, I need to be lower than all these guys, right? So of course I don't make any creative offer to cash flow the property because it needs too much work. I mean, you could make a, owner finance offer or, rent to own offer on a property that needs a lot of work, but my business model, I don't want to do that. I want to be able to just take over a property and cash flow it like tomorrow, right? Not put in another 20, 30, 40, or however much rehab costs and then cash flow it, right? But so based upon what I'm getting here, 49, 55, 149, and usually, I'm gonna go lower. We're going to drop this price because if I'm gonna wholesale this property, I want to be the best deal. So if I want to wholesale it and try to make a 10 grand fee, I need to be at 39 now. So you see how that offer changes? And then my cash offer, just gonna be at even lower, 29. So and same thing with a listing offer. If you're gonna do a novation, you want to probably drop the price the same amount. So I dropped the price from like 60 to 39. So I dropped it by like 20 grand. So I probably want to drop all the offers by 20 grand. So what were they asking for this? He didn't say the price, so we're just gonna send it. So that's how we're analyzing deals using ChatGPT, and it's a process, right? You got to train it. Like if it makes a mistake, find out, where the mistake was and retrain it, right? and you're always training it, and then eventually, it's going to get really good where you can confidently go with the ARV, the rehab costs, and it will definitely get the correct offer for you, so you don't have to you can do it in seconds, right? So it used to take us, 5 minutes to come up with all the offers, 10 minutes to come up with the offers sometimes, and now it's taking a couple minutes, right? Like or a few seconds now, right? So if you guys want that formula, you guys want the template, the letter of intent with the formula and the percentages, the numbers, how to get the rehab costs and the ARV, and to come up with all the different offers, just reach out to me. I can send you that for free as a free gift. And that's our 6 offer system, like how it works. I'm not gonna go into the percentages and behind the scenes how it works. I'll probably do that next week. We'll just go over, you know, the different offers, how we come up with the actual offers. Um, but all these offers require little to no cash, right? Like we have a cash offer where we partner with like a hedge fund and we can just take down the property ourselves. We become a partner with the hedge fund, we split profits with them. So they come up with the cash, we buy it as a partner with them. Then we have the wholesale offer, which is you can get a deal under contract. So if you ever bought a house before, you have it under contract. And if someone comes along and says, I'll pay you 20 grand more for your contract, you can assign your contract for a fee. So that's the wholesale offer, right? So a sandwich rent to own offer is where you basically become like the homeowner. It's similar to owner financing, similar to subject to. The reason you would do a sandwich rent to own or owner finance subject to, and you would stay in the middle of that deal. The only reason you would do that is because you negotiated a lot of equity, maybe a lot of cash flow, right? The reason we prefer rent to own is because you typically have to get attorneys involved, title companies. Just from my experience in Illinois, we just had tons of deals canceled because of attorneys and title companies and attorneys not understanding how it works. So we just do rent to own. So we recently picked up a rent to own, and we just turned around and Airbnb'd it, right? So we got the rent at uh 2,000 a month. We saw that Airbnb is going to make 3,500 a month. So we do a rent with option to buy. We become uh we have an option to purchase for the next 3 years. We're paying 2,000 a month for the next 3 years. And we're the only one that the owner can sell it to within the next 3 years for a purchase price of, let's say, 200,000, right? So we control the equity, the cash flow, and everything on the property for the next 3 years, right? So I can turn around, and I've actually lived in like 6 rent-to-owns that I personally negotiated with the owners, and I moved into them, right? So you can move into rent-to-owns, you can rent them out normally, you can rent to own them to someone else, you can Airbnb rent to own. So it's similar as home ownership, right? You can live in it, you can rent it out, you can sell the property. So once you have a rent to own, you can actually just sell it. You can put it on the MLS for sale. So let's say that, you know, the property, you determine that the as is value is like 250, and you negotiated a great deal and you got it for 200,000. If you want to just go ahead and throw that on the MLS and try to sell it and get the 50 grand out, you can right away, right? And then the wholesale rent to own is like when there's no reason to stay in the middle of the deal because there's no equity, there's no cash flow. So you just assign it, right? So you just try to find someone willing to put 10 grand down. You're trying to create a spread in the down payment. So if the owner, wants 5,000 down, you're trying to get 15,000 down, you're trying to create that spread, and just so your only payment on that one is just a down payment. Whereas sandwich rent to own, you can get paid from the down payment, you can get paid from the monthly cash flow, and then you can get paid in the back end, right? Then the option listing novation, usually these are like last resorts, like it doesn't work for a wholesale because the price is too high. Maybe they owe too much, they have a mortgage, or they have liens they need to pay off. So option listing is more so of like, hey, this doesn't work for an investor, so we'll need to put it on the MLS and find a retail buyer for the property. You'll net your 100,000. We'll add our fee on top of that. Plus, we'll take care of all your closing costs, commissions, any repairs. You're not gonna have to do any of that, right? Then we partner up with owners on short-term uh, rentals like Airbnbs. You can form partnerships with owners, get a percentage of profits. If you want to do regular property management, you can when you're talking to these sellers. I don't personally do that because I don't think it's worth it just making 10%, with all the headaches. We do short-term rental vacation rentals like Airbnbs, we do like a 20% fee. So I do think that's worth it. Plus we have everything automated with AI and VAs that are messaging everybody, right? So short-term rental partnership, um, that's unlimited. Like, you can do as many as you want, right? You can as long as the owner trusts you and believes that it's going to work and signs a contract with you, you can pick up, you know, I had a student, one of my students, AJ, he picked up like I think I think it was like 20 or 30 in 1 year, and now he has like 50 to 60 Airbnbs. I just talked to him not too long ago. So you can go pretty quickly from zero cash flow to 10, 20 grand a month. Like I had at one point, the highest I had was 80 Airbnbs at one time. And those are a combination of properties that I owned, properties that I rent to own, and properties that we did the property management on, where we're just managing the property. So you can quickly scale from even property management, like, if you become a property manager, start managing properties, you can quickly scale from zero to, 50, 60 properties under management within a year or 2 years. And all of a sudden you're making, 10 grand a month or more in cash flow, right? So all the other offers require little to no cash, no credit. And in my opinion, if you're out there just trying to wholesale and you're a one-trick pony and that's all you do is try to wholesale, it's hard right now to do that, right? Like this month we closed one wholesale and then one rent to own and then two short-term rental partnerships where we're doing like Airbnb. So in my opinion, have a combination of learn different strategies. And then that way, every lead that comes in, yeah, it doesn't work for a wholesale, but what if he's willing to owner finance it? Or what if he's willing to, form a partnership or let you manage the property, right? All of a sudden, that dead deal that makes no money because it doesn't work for a wholesale, instead of you passing on it, all of a sudden you're making 500,000 bucks a month, cash flow on it, right? Because you learn a different strategy, right? So if you want the offer template, how ChatGPT can come up with the ARV, the rehab costs, and all the different offers, just reach out to us and we'll send it to you for free. Any comments? So if you guys have any questions, you can always comment as well. So awesome. Hey Adam, how you doing, brother? Nishan, how you doing, man? If you guys have any questions, reach out. This is email, phone number, call, text. If you haven't gotten our free real estate wholesaling course, reach out. And like my opinion is yeah, some months like it's you're not going to close a wholesale deal. Some months you're not going to close a transactional deal. So why not learn different strategies that you can actually pick up a cash flowing property? And in my opinion, I think this should be for everyone. Like get to the point where you don't need to close a deal this month because you picked up the cash flow from the work you did the last year, right? Let's say you started today and you picked up, 10 owner financing or rent to own, or, now you're managing 10, 12 different Airbnbs or something, or property managing. All of a sudden you have, 10 grand a month in cash flow, right? So now you're not struggling or worried about your next deal because you have the cash flow, right? So you're not worried, you don't have to have the next deal, right? So I believe that's where everyone would want to be, is that I have enough cash flowing assets where I don't have to close a wholesale deal this month or a transactional deal where I only get paid once because I created the cash flowing, rental properties that are going to pay me over and over again, right? So if you have any questions, reach out to my number, call, text, email, and make sure that you get our free real estate wholesaling course for 2026. So if you guys have any questions, reach out. Hope all is well. And we're going to end here. So God bless.